They call me to the office, I go explain.
I think you explain to me that you come to get paid. You say you get the tea to the man. After you get the tea to the man, and you come now. So what next now?
And for me, I'll not fair.
Nobody, you getting very. You say asking you too much question. Hey, just explain things. Say make your egg and bread. You bring it. Okay, sorry. Now I say sorry now. Okay, sorry.
If you
Okay, I will not ask you the question again. Okay, sorry.
when I give you answer now, then you
Okay. Explain again. I'm not asking you no more question again. Okay, let's go ahead now.
go to school. The English say I need the English.
Okay, sorry. Now I say sorry now. Sorry.
Say Ali, you take that. You take that.
I'm taking time. Okay, sorry. Okay.
Say I can take that
To explain. Yeah. Okay.
With a profound sense of gratitude and humility. It has been an honor and a privilege to serve as your president and commander-in-chief for the past 6 years. Together in 2018, we embarked on a journey to build a united, peaceful, and prosperous Liberia. And I am deeply thankful for the trust and support you have bestowed upon me and my administration during my tenure. As we navigate the complexity of governance, your partnership was instrumental in the development and implementation of policies and programs that aim to bring progress and development to our great nation. Reflecting on the accomplishment of these 6 years, let me tell you that I am proud of what we have achieved together. We have built roads, supported free wives and free tuition at high schools and public universities, stabilized the macroeconomic challenges we face in 2018, built hundreds of pro-poor housing units, and achieved on so many fronts that we are able to list here today. However, I acknowledge that there is always room for improvement.
Elect a clown and you think that he will be a king. What he does is to convert the kingdom into a circus. This is what we must deal with, and this is what we must say. Who do we elect into our public offices? Because, as I've said before, when you allow hyenas to take care of goats, why should you be surprised when the goats are eaten? This is the same. And Africa is only going to realize our potential in all areas when, by dint of choice, we enable and allow our best men and women to serve in different areas. I've heard it being said about Lee Kuan Yew in Singapore. I've heard it being suggested about Mahathir Mohamad in Malaysia. I've heard it being said about Japan. I've heard it being said about other countries. But there was a conscious decision on the part of those individuals and the followership. We always talk about leaders, but we never talk about the followers. The followers must also style up. Africans on average are for some reason attracted to thieves. Africans are for some reason attracted to men and women who cannot serve her. And when they are not served, then they complain. When Africans are told, choose you now whom we shall release, Jesus of Nazareth or Barabbas, they say release Barabbas. And when Barabbas behaves like Barabbas, they say, why are you not behaving like Christ? It cannot be done.
In May of 2001, signed a second of two executive orders, number 13213, Defense Exhibit D310, in which it was stated, and I quote, the government of Liberia's complicity in the RUF's illicit trade in diamonds and its other forms of support for the RUF are direct challenges to the United States foreign policy objectives in the region, as well as the rule-based international order that is critical to the peace and prosperity of the United States. Therefore, I find these actions by the government of Liberia contribute to the unusual and extraordinary threat to the foreign policy of the United States described in Executive Order 13194, with respect to which the President declared a national emergency. This executive order did not say the alleged complicity, it concluded the complicity. The conspiracy was born, all systems put into motion, and here I stand today. I never stood a chance. This is the broader contextual matrix that regrettably did not and still has not seen the light of day in these proceedings, despite the gallant efforts by the defense to unearth and reveal the contextual framework behind the charges against me. Now, with the two executive orders, the dogs were let out, so to speak. What followed was a dispatch of the attack pack led by Lieutenant Colonel David Crane, Defense Intelligence, 30 years, prosecutor. He, Crane, unlawfully unsealed the court's sealed indictment to his handlers, senior U.S. government officials at the U.S. Embassy in Freetown, and was never held to account. The rest of the operational team are Colonel Brandon Hollis, Defense Intelligence, CIA, U.S. Air Force, Senior Trial Counsel, and now prosecutor. James C. Johnson, U.S. Army expert, 20 years on conventional and special operations, Chief of Prosecutions for the SCSL. Alan White, 30 years, Defense Intelligence, recalled from retirement to head up investigations at the Special Court of Sierra Leone. Stephen J. Rapp came on board as chief prosecutor for a short time of experience from Capitol Hill, where he served with the U.S. Senate Judiciary Committee sometime before. It came as no surprise to me that as a reward of sorts for Stephen Rapp's diligence in the execution of U.S. foreign policy objectives through these ad hoc tribunals, he was appointed U.S. Ambassador at large for war crimes issues. In support of the contextual framework of politics, on February 8, 2006, Lieutenant Colonel David Crane, prosecutor, appeared before a U.S. Congress Subcommittee on Africa, Defense Exhibit D-404, and spelled out in clear terms the decision taken in support of regime change in Liberia and what needed to happen to solidify that process. There was little mention, if any, in his testimony about Sierra Leone. And here is what he said. I posit that 5 years from now, when the international community is challenged by other crises, Taylor in Calabar, under the protection of Nigeria, will make his move. We will wake up one morning and watch on CNN as Taylor rides triumphantly down the main street in Monrovia to the executive mansion, daring all of us to come and get him. Unless he is handed over to the special court for Sierra Leone, this scenario is not out of the realm of possibilities. He then asked, how do we assure Liberia's future? And he answers that. Ultimately, he says, what we do about Taylor in the next several weeks will determine the fate of Liberia and the new administration of its president, Ellen Johnson Sirleaf. Crane then sets out several plans, two of which I'll state here. He said, first, hand Charles Taylor over to the special court for Sierra Leone for a fair trial, his kind of trial. This takes him out of the local and regional dynamics that is West Africa. Second, tie any financial and political support to good governance in Liberia. Time does not permit on President Obasanjo, irrespective of his personal and leadership obligations to the West African sub-region. And therein lies the dilemma for current African heads of state and government, but how to enter into binding commitments and obligations with the African pairs and remain steadfast, resolute, and unyielding in their fidelity to those agreements in the face of such unrelenting and punishing pressure from powerful Western.
My people, where you at? Where you at? Wake up from your slumber, stop sleeping. Whip your hands, whip your hands, whip your hands, whip your. Come on, come on, come on. I know y'all sleeping now. Y'all gotta wake up small, yeah? Okay, let's go. The people fool us. The people lie to us. The government betray us. So much. I said, they lie. The people fool us, the people lie to us. The government betray us. They can lie, they can steal, they can lie. I said, we tired with their lies. We tired with their promises that led us to a lot of damages. We tired with that speech.
And we can say to you,
unique, they deceive us. The thing we saw in
the song, this portion of the song reflects on the past, the actions, the moves, the decisions we took in the past, when people were tired of lies from the politicians, when people were tired of being oppressed by the oppressors. Lives were lost, properties were destroyed and damaged, our peace were undermined, progress was slain, and a lot of negative vices beclouded our country. plunging us into chaos, ruining our integrity and reputation as a state. Today we say no to violence. Tonight we say no to war.
My people don't want
What we are prepared to engage and accept is the fact that we must use our words, our mouths,
that they say they will
our pens to engage our leaders.
with their red
We must use these microphones to engage our leaders.
betray. They have enough of time, but yet instead they delay. People suffer.
We should say to our people, do not revert to the ugly past.
Vision your intention.
Yes, you may be living in abject poverty.
Got nothing to show.
Yeah, your rights may be suppressed,
Why? They go,
trampled upon by
but are they
the power that be. But we must muster the bravery and the courage to continue remaining steadfast, to continue engaging. Engage and engage and engage.
I said they lie.
We should keep talking. Talking and talking and talking. We should never get tired of talking.
They can lie, they can steal, they go knock the corrupt.
Yes, Malcolm X. Malcolm X. He says, you are not to be so blind with patriotism that you cannot face reality. Wrong is wrong,
Let us
no matter who does it or who says it.
they preach it.
Don't worry, I will repeat that for you. Malcolm X. Malcolm X.
So why they
He says, you are not to be so blind with patriotism that you cannot face reality.
for you?
Wrong is wrong. No matter who does it or says it, it is wrong when it's wrong. It should be wrong when it is wrong.
We are
Ladies and gentlemen,
the people who was.
let me say a very, very pleasant good evening to all of you across the country. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good night to those of you in the diaspora, our friends, our fans, our followers, our critics,
No one to trust.
and even those of you who do not like the things we say and the way we say them.
At
It's good to have all of you joining us tonight.
the schools,
It's the 18th day of June 2025. This is Freedom FM. This is Freedom Hard Talk.
the wretched people tell you.
This is 87.9.
Our men be
This is your only political fellowship on radio at about this time.
no walk.
We do the strong analysis
Your people
that fits the reality of the day, that reflects the living conditions of the people, that reflects
nothing.
the actual thinking of the people.
The government
And that's why it is Freedom Hard Talk.
they lie.
We talk hard, we analyze high,
Who was
and we run the hard commentaries.
the government?
A lot to talk about tonight. We told you we try to be less political this week and focus on some developmental issues. We have new updates with the managing director of the National Port Authority. I told you all Segu is a BM. The conspiracies are beginning to reveal themselves, that Chinese will sit way in China. I said because of the nature of what is going on and all of that, what we are hearing, we cannot speak English, we cannot understand English, but we want to hold a press conference from here in China and have an interpreter to interpret what we want to say about this dire saga involving Sekou Dukle.
Let us to allow us
So today the Chinese conducted an interview from China,
indeed and
and we are going to play you the audio recording, folks. Look, people are unnecessarily corrupt and greedy
as you speak.
to the extent that they are willing to destroy the character and integrity and reputation of other people, other business people, destroy their businesses just to protect their selfish and greedy interest. This is the case with Sekou Dukle.
The government
We will play you the recording and you will hear the Chinese narrating everything that you need to hear. Grand Bassa County is in the news.
the people last
5 key projects worth hundreds of thousands of US dollars cannot be accounted for. They remain unfinished. And no member of the caucus can say, this is the money, there is the money, that is the money, these are the projects, this is the reason why they are unfinished or incompleted. Can you imagine? And the pro team is from grandpas. Folks, what is this country? Where is this country heading? Anyway, we'll talk.
People crying for hunger.
The Ministry of Education says it is banning street parades of Gala Day programs. Christian Kofa, one of those who is accused of escorting Yanti, we were able to establish contact with his wife. A wife with a month-old baby. She has a narrative to tell us, and we too also have a series of questions to ask. So very shortly, we'll talk with Quebec Cooley. This show is proudly sponsored by Crime Stopper Liberia. We'll come back later on to take our war from Crime Stopper, but we have Quebec already on the line. After our interview with her, we'll come to recognize all of you who've joined the show tonight. Share the show, invite others to listen. Let's take this down and talk to Quebec. Quebec has joined us because of the importance of this matter. We will talk to her first and then we'll go to other issues. Quebec, good evening to you. Again, thanks for waiting and accepting to talk to us.
Yeah.
We have you live on Freedom FM, live on Freedom Hard Talk. Now, the first question I'd like to ask you, today is Thursday. Have you been able to establish contact with Christian Kofa?
No.
Have you seen Christian Kofa since June 6th?
Yes, I've been seeing him, but we stopped seeing since this on Sunday. We stopped seeing.
So since Sunday, you have not seen Christian Kofa, but have you been able to talk to him?
No, we can't reach him.
Since Sunday, you have not been able to talk to your fiancé. You have not been able to see your fiancé since Sunday.
Yes.
What is the police saying to you?
Irene is the one that gave her number to my sister-in-law. Say if we want to see the man, we should call her. But my sister-in-law tried calling Monday, Tuesday, or Friday. I respond.
Who is Irene?
She work at the building, the central. When they are met in the conference room.
Now, have you made attempt to visit Central and see your fiancé? If so, what did the police say is the reason you cannot see him?
They say for now we can see him.
Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. You can see your fiancé.
Yes. But I'm warning my sister, careful that they say for now that they don't be feeling him. So only one person will be able to see him, which is her. But since then the woman gave the number to her, she tried calling the phone in every room. I respond.
Did she say she's the one that the police has designated to see and interact with Christian? Has she visited the police headquarters since Sunday?
She go there, but she tried calling Irene, which is the woman who got the number to and call her anytime she wants to see her brother.
So we can say the police is denying the family from seeing Christian, right? Because Irene, who was designated by the police to see by the family to interact with Christian, and not visited the police station since Sunday. She's just been calling and the phone is ringing. If the phone is ringing, don't you think it's necessary that you visit the police station and make an attempt to see him?
Yes, tomorrow we're in there.
Tomorrow going there. How is the baby doing?
She trying.
How are you managing to feed the baby, take care of the baby, now that your fiancé is not around?
Yes, old child. I have 2 children. 4 years old boy child, 1 month old baby.
How are you managing to feed them, to take care of them?
We're trying by the grace of God.
Are you worried?
Yeah. Anybody in my situation, I'm big, please.
Now, Do you know whether Christian got any medical complication that he suffers from and all of that? You know, it's rainy season. You don't even know what they keep in your fiancé.
Cool.
Cold.
Yeah. When we see come here, that's time for cool.
How does it treat him?
You go hospital.
Okay, Quebec Kuli, we are receiving reports that the government has Christian in their custody, and they are trying to talk to him to use him to testify against the lawmakers. I don't know whether you were able to hear that information and all of that.
No.
Let me ask you: do you think they are holding? Do you think Christian has any knowledge about the Capitol building fire incident?
You saying you do that? You get no knowledge on it.
What kind of man you know him to be?
You saying you do that? You say it's a peaceful man. It's obvious. You saying you never do that thing.
Yeah, is the person around? Is the person that was designated by the police to see Christian? Is she around that we can talk to?
No, we live together.
Okay. I will take her number from you, or I hope we can send her a number so we can be able to talk to her.
See her number of my sister-in-law, his sister.
Okay, sister, cool. That's it. Okay, so we can please text me her number. Let me make an attempt to talk to her. And please, if you can let her know that I'm calling her to talk to her on the radio, I will appreciate that.
Okay, I will tell her.
Okay, thank you, Kebe, and we wish you all the best. You have to be strong in these trying times. Okay, so yes, that's the boss of the fiancé of one of those of Christian Kofa. They said Christian Kofa stands accused of escorting John Yanti to flee the country. So you just listen to Christian Kofa's fiancé, Quebec Kuli. We're trying to talk to the main person that the police designated to interact with Christian. She said, listen to her. She said, since June 6th, Christian was arrested. They've been talking to him, but they were unable to see him regularly. And then since Sunday, they have not been able to see him. He's in police custody. The police is keeping him. The police has kept him for over 48 hours. I don't know. The police held a press. I'm told the police held a press conference. Today was really a busy day for me, so I didn't really follow a lot of events in the country, especially so when I already had on my plate what to talk about today. But probably it was important that I listened to see whether any journalist was able to ask the police RG questions relating to Christian Kofa. This waiver of arresting people and keeping them in police custody beyond the statutory period it's just becoming the all of the day by the police. The police care no more about releasing arresting people and releasing them beyond within the statutory period, and they don't seem to even be to be concerned that the police is violating the law, you know. But again, that's the situation. I mean, that's the country we have. That's the situation. That's the government in charge. And these are things that the Ministry of Justice is supposed to exercise strong oversight to ensure that these petty violations do not be associated with the police. I mean, the Ministry of Justice is like the lawyer for the government. It's like the law firm for the government. That's a government law firm. That's what you should have. You should have all of the best lawyers, the most experienced lawyers, the most law-abiding people. You know. Okay, I see. Okay, thank you. So let me, that's what you're supposed to have all of the law-abiding people, but to see that the police will be keeping people beyond 48 hours, 72 hours. It just does not, speak right for a country that want to is struggling to strengthen key pillars within the rule of law. But again, so I have Princess Kofa number. Let me see what I can talk to Princess Kofa. Since she's the one designated by the police, we have to establish everything, so it doesn't appear like, oh, the police is refusing to allow the family people to see their daughter, and all of that. So let's talk to them first and get first-hand information. Then we back to one. So yeah, so I have the number here. Let me call Princess Kofa. Okay, so let's see what I can talk to Princess Kofa, and then we can move on to our other issues.
Hello.
Hello, good evening to you, Princess Kofa.
How you doing?
I'm okay. I'm okay. This is Austin Kawa, and I work for Freedom FM as a talk show host. I just took your number from Quebec Cooley, and
my in-law.
yes, she said that, and we were interviewing her on the show tonight. But she said you are the one that the police designated to talk to or to see Christian if you want to see him, if the family wants to see him. Is that correct?
They come morning because Friday, Saturday, Sunday, I was in too well. So the man, all I feel is to go there. But then you careful Sunday, so morning I tell you, I said, don't go, I don't want to go down and see him. The past still there and go there. So morning I careful in the morning when I went in the CSC office, I actually say Christian here. Then they were looking at the phone because my girl left from there. I can tell me, so I see them. They met.
Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
He said, Christina, they said, Christina, yo, as you're looking for him, but man, go down to the go free him. So I choose to call around no more.
Okay.
When I call around one, he said, in the court. And so I to the court, but call around now. I said, okay, I asked my brother, I call her. She saw they say, hey, wait small. I waited by 12 but how she came to me.
Okay, so just 1 minute. Who is Arrow 1?
The call says Ari.
Arrow 1 and Arrow 9. So who is Arrow 1? Who is...
Arrow 1 I forget number in the.
Okay, we'll get it.
The CSD.
Okay.
And then that's why they just sent from nobody. Arrow 9 says Ari.
Okay, Aaron.
Yeah. She don't be the Arrow 9. I said I should call her. Someone call her, she said, oh, but there's a small wait for me. Like how I waited for some time. They say, I call by a guy. He said, okay, ask them to diary the RSU coffee.
Okay.
Now how I went, they diary me and went there. But when I see her, she said, oh, put the food down. She asked me, I said, what I did about the bill. She put it, and she said, oh, but the men are here. We take the men from here, we came to you, we clear. And then you say, but they would know. Why I would tell, she said, no, tell me no more. When I get to there, I will go to him. He asked me, I give him my full name. My English is Esther, the way you go for, I give him my full name. I said, okay, so you say you go to the man today, and you say you will choose who to talk to and who will see where he is. I said, all right. Let my name, no more. Since you go there, so anything will come in later in the area of what you say, you're not having sex in the wrong one day. You say again, they still think, but you told me that I'm bad, careful. I do find for so Tuesday when I kill money, I come and I say, so let I tell you, I bring a fool, but I fool you. I don't see Christian, but the Christian out there taken to there. But I guess, man, no more, they say they came to him. Either me will choose to go see where he is, or I really let to talk to. But then since they are money in a court Tuesday, I get her, and no call it. I have my other blood kicking yesterday and said no. Who can be said, I'm not very near him, and I sent her. Since you go, I'm going to say she will call you by, or you will call you for your Tuesday, nothing like that. So, well, wish Okay, what the come help us with me. Oh no, I reach that bag, but tomorrow by God grace, go in center.
So they only told you that they relocated Christian from the police headquarters to a hotel.
That why I'm the new hotel.
Did they tell you whether the hotel in Morovia or outside Morovia, but all of that?
She tell me.
And that was all. We took your brother to a hotel. That's all. Don't bring food.
Yeah.
Don't bring anything. We take care of him at the
don't bring
hotel.
food again.
We feed him at the
Yeah.
hotel.
Yeah.
Now, what
But
do you?
give me a-
But give me a
give me a
number. I will
number.
call you.
Yeah, you take it to him when you choose you know why so you can come and go see where he is since morning. I left from there.
Now, let me ask you: this whole case. What exactly do you know that the state or the police is accusing Christian of?
Really, I can tell. But the whole case, Christian, right? Because when we visited the last time, he said, he torture about the building. He said, you know, and he said, put them in the join your team. He said, you want join your team, me friendly.
Okay.
Yeah, he said, I made him my friend. I know him for a long time. We're friendly. He said, put them in the, you know, when I forgot join your team, so they were friendly, all I wanted. Oh, my brother, I'm a type of person.
Now, that's what I was about to ask you. Do you really? Because you first thing you know, you do not even have an idea whether he's being accused of participating in the burning of the Capitol building, or he's being accused for for escorting John Yanti out of the country, or he's being accused because he is a friend to John Yanti. You don't even have an idea why the state is holding your brother.
Of course, and since they will be on there, to send the code, they will send the code, they will send the code, they will send the code until they transfer him.
Have you all has the family hired a lawyer to represent you?
No,
Don't you think it's going to help if we can get a lawyer to help your secure his release? Or because is that he doesn't have a lawyer, the family doesn't have a lawyer, and they are taking him to a hotel. Who knows whether they are torturing him, or they are intimidating him, or they are inducing him financially to lie on people, or to serve as state witness, or to testify against those lawmakers. You don't even know what's happening to your brother.
that's why we say we don't know what happening to him. So tomorrow we choose to get in our center. And when we get out tomorrow, we'll meet the court. And the court save our brother. At least if the court family guilty, they will know say yes. But then I sure if them had my brother is you know nothing about it.
Okay, Princess, it's good that I have your number. You have my number. That's my personal number. So we will keep in touch tomorrow after your family, as you going through running running between the different corridors to get to talk to your brother. I will be on the phone with you to get update. Okay.
All right. Thank you.
Thank you. You're also welcome. So that's it. You heard from Princess Kofa, the sister of Christian Kofa. Things that are happening in this country. Things are happening in this country. Okay. You see, I was coming on the radio. I have a lot of recording to play, so let me just. Today, I receive, as always, we always receiving calls, text messages, and information about all of the current events in the country. And so today, I received a couple of calls. And one of the calls I received was about Christian Kofa. And the person said to me, Austin, the government has to be careful how it proceeds in these cases. He said, I am a retired investigator, criminal investigator. When it reaches a point where the investigators are flip-flopping with the gathering evidence, presenting evidence, with different occasion, with different allegations and all of that, it makes the investigation or the prosecution difficult to even take any evidence serious. But I'm not going into detail. I'll not go into detail with that other one. Christian Yanti, John Yanti is indicted. The police alleged that he fled the country. It was established that he fled the country. He said, "Hey, that thing you did to you got me in touch on me, put me on put fire on me, said me that and put me in one room like a snake and tell me to confess." They didn't give it. He ran away for fear. He went to his uncle. We are receiving reports from Ghana, and we hope that the Ghanaian authority within the space of 48 hours will be able to issue a statement, because they want it's on the reputation of the Ghanaian government. And it's good that the Ghanaian people, they have an embassy here. We are going to pressure the Ghanaian government that the Ghanaian government will sit down and the police will call a press conference and lie that the Ghanaian government did this and did that. We need the Ghanaian government will issue a statement. And we've already packaged the police inspector general statement. I've just been informed by my producer and the other guys. Yeah, we're sending the police inspector general statement to our Ghanaian counterparts, so the Ghanaian authority can watch the video, the press statement, where the police IG is stating on camera that the Ghanaian government arrested John Yanti and extradited him to the country. That one is on the Ghanaian government. That's a whole case for the whole next week. The Ghanaian government will speak. The Ghanaian authority will speak whether they arrested John Yanti and extradited him. But John Yanti said his uncle, he went to his uncle's place. From his uncle's place, his uncle told him, "Let's go Liberia, nothing will happen to you." Bought plane ticket to go in the plane. He and uncle, they came to Liberia and went to Lifestyle Luxury Hotel. No police, nobody. He and uncle walked to the airport. To Kodoka airport. He and his uncle drove to the airport, bought a ticket, drove to the airport. No police person, boarded the plane, came to Liberia, then RRA, and drove to, and they received a hotel reservation from the government of Liberia. And they drove to a Lifestyle Luxury Hotel, and they were lodging there from the 6th of June. Then the government today had a press conference and say the man was arrested in Ghana. So when the state start being insincere with with accounts and all of that, it makes the case childish and then like complicated. And no serious person now is going to take this case seriously, because there are different accounts. Now they try. Greg Como, we are told, admitted in the press conference today. So John Yanti did not lie that the government tried pursuing him to testify against Fanatic Kofa them. God, Greg Como admitted in the press conference today that yes, we're trying to pursue him to talk to have him as state witness to testify, and then drop charges against him. He said they offered me bribe. It's a war versus that war. He didn't agree, so they arrested him and turned him over to the court after keeping him since June 6 to June 16. Convincing him to serve as state witness. He now agreed, they turned him over to the court. They left him and they went to his friend. My man, my best friend. I mean, they think wait me. I give it a call uncle. Because you see our men are in jail and the legend that they beating them, torturing them. My man, give it. I know you can do the thing giving. My man, you gotta escort me. The man escort your friend, best friend. Anybody will do that thing. Any best friend will do it. The escort now the best friend, it is alleged, in fact, that Christian Yanti, it is alleged that Christian Kofa escorted John Yanti out of the country. The escort, they say no. The fact that he escorted that man, it's possible he got information that John Yanti is a friend. If John Yanti is involved in that act, Christian Kofa will know. So let's arrest Christian Kofa and torture him. Anything Christian Kofa says about John Yanti, the public might likely believe it because Christian Kofa is a close friend to John Yanti, and John Yanti admitted, and Christian Kofa admitted, two of them admitted, say, yeah, we are close friends. So the police psychology is that let's arrest Christian Kofa and torture him or offer him money to serve as state witness and lie. And say, man, I'm my friend, I'm my best friend, I know him. He did a thing. That's why I facilitated him to leave the country. They say, oh, ALC will tell you. That's why they join your team and say he can't testify as state witness because he's part of those who perpetrated the act. That's the police psychology they're using. So let's get Christian Kofa, keep him behind bars. After 72 hours beyond for the 8 hours period, then Christian Kofa have been transferred to a luxury hotel. Then they say the hotel they transfer Christian to, they can't tell a man, they can't tell a pa, they can't tell a sister, they can't tell a woman, they're not telling anybody. Don't bring food here, don't bring nothing here. We will feed the man in a hotel, we will buy clothes for him, we will give him money and everything. The man does not have any lawyer there. So what are they telling him? In the presence of the man lawyer, you will not tell the man, you will not tell him, we want you to go testify as a state witness against these people. The police says she already get evidence, preponderance of evidence. To use my man Gregory Common War. The police says she has preponderance of evidence to believe that those people who were charged and indicted committed the crime. When Greg Common said he has preponderance of evidence to believe that all those who were charged and indicted committed the crime at the time, Christian Kofa had not even been identified to be a suspect. As we speak, he's not even a suspect. Christian Kofa is not a suspect. The police investigated, rested their investigation, charged people, indicted them, and announced that they have preponderance of evidence to find those people guilty. At the time, there was no Christian Kofa. How come today Christian Kofa now is becoming a key state witness, or is being considered as a key state witness? All the other evidence the police say they have. So it's not important now. That they're not strong enough. The one they can get from the testimony they can get from Christian Kofa, that his testimony will find Kofa guilty. Is that the testimony they are depending on to find Christian Kofa guilty? Let's face the reality. Because Jim Weir, Peter John, Paul Baseman, everybody was charged by the police. The police, they were charged, they transferred to the court, they indicted them in the court, meaning they were all alleged criminals. The case closed. On the day of the indictment, on the day that Kofa were going to jail, my friend Greg Como called a press conference and said, hey, we have done a lot. We have invested a lot. We brought geo mapping system, everything here, software. We gather strong evidence. We put in time. At time Christian Kofa will stay laying down to a hall. Christian Kofa was laying down to a house, watching the press conference. Christian Kofa was laying down to a house, watching the press conference. Greg Kofa was saying, we invested time, energy. So we are closing the case. We are closing this investigation, and we are charging the following person with the following this. And they'll be followed the court within the statutory period for indictment. That was Friday. 2 weeks ago. Yeah. Christian Kofa was laying out in Nugutan or somewhere, Zimbabwe or somewhere around Washington. The RG brag, everything is in, all the evidence. Then he said, we have preponderance of evidence. Strong evidence. Enough when we are convinced that these people committed the act. Christian Kofa was laying down home. How come the Christian Kofa is just arrested now on June 6th? After your press conference, with your preponderance of evidence, after you charge them, you indicted them, some of them you send them to jail and all. Christian Kofa was still laying down. Then June 6th, you went with Christian Kofa now. Today, you chasing Christian Kofa, say you want him to serve as state witness. So all the other preponderance of evidence you got, you get your lawyer, everybody, everything you get. It means so they're not strong enough. You got Christian Kofa on a narrative or testimony, if you even agree to testify, but not part of the preponderance of evidence you have now. Your man, when I even Christian Kofa, you are chasing John Yanti. Christian Kofa, when they came in the picture recently, it was established that he's a close friend to John Yanti, and it is alleged that he escorted John Yanti out of the country. But the government already closed the investigation, indicted people, charged people, indicted people, and have preponderance of evidence. Folks, are you getting the reasoning? Then today the government get no preponderance of evidence now. The government chasing Christian Kofa. They take him, the family people can see you, carrying him to a luxury hotel, clothing him, feeding him, giving him everything to convince him, giving him money to go to a court and testify against Fanatic Kofa them. When Christian Kofa he agree, because you see how John Yanti did not agree. What they did? They brought him to the police, kept him there for a few days, turned him over to the court. Now he's in South Beach. A Christian Kofa not agreed. A Christian Kofa to not agree to be state witness against and made to lie against Kofa. Then you will see they will bring him in handcuff, carry him to the court, and then carry him in South Beach. So anybody they identify to serve as state witness, once you do not agree, they handcuff you, carry you to the court, and put you in South Beach. This is broad day harassment by the state. Harassing peaceful citizens, intimidating peaceful citizens to lie and testify against decent people, against their political opponents, just to incriminate them. Because, I mean, nothing is making sense here. There's nothing reasonable here. Nothing making sense. You investigate them, you charge, you indict them, you close the investigation, matter turn over to the court. You not even go bring additional evidence, but you go pursuing somebody, grabbing people to go and testify. Then you're looking for witnesses. We have to be serious in this country. But again, I'm not too sure we are close to being serious. I'm not too sure we are close to seeing our leaders being serious. Because our leaders are all group of greedy people, envious people, greed, envy. Those are vices that are eating up the fabric of our society. Corruption. So everybody is losing. Every government official seems to be losing his or her sense of reasoning. They're putting their Bibles and their Qurans under their feet and peeping on it in the name of politics. They lost their sense of reasoning. And they are not even respecting the scriptures in the Quran and in the Bible. Our officials. The Bible says, thou shalt not lie. The 10th commandments. Thou shalt not lie. Thou shalt not bear false witness against thy neighbor. These are parts of the 10th commandments. And you see, Christians are offering bribe to people, inducing people to go and bear false witness against their brothers and their sisters, offering people job, ambassadorial job, to sell their nephew to the government, to have him testify against their political opponents. They lie, they bearing false witness against their neighbors, and they're paying people to come and bear false witness against their neighbors. On Sunday, you see them going to the church. They come back to you and preach the Bible and tell you they are Christians. I'm not here to question anybody's Christianity. I'm here to question the decisions that Christians and Muslims and religious people are making in the country as leaders. These are things that bring curse to our country. These are reasons why Liberia will remain underdeveloped. This is not a prophecy. This is not a swear. This is not a curse. This is a reality. A nation that is cursed. A nation that has leaders that do not prioritize the Bible and the Quran. What they preach. You see, religious leaders are being compromised today only because they are in power or they see themselves as United Party people. Martin Luther King said, patriotism. Loyalty to the country. Always. Loyalty to country. Always. Always. Not a political party. People take their loyalty and give it to political party over the interests of their country. Again, we have a lot to talk tonight, and so we'll rest on this case, on this matter. It's a running thing, so we will always have the space to talk. We are in contact with the family people. We are in contact with our sources in different places, and we will continue to talk about, provide you update or updates about this case. The state lawyers or the prosecutor say today they went to the criminal court and to argue that to question the validity of the bond. They said the bond that Kofa issue is not valid because they didn't meet the requirement, the basic legal requirements to qualify them from prison. And the intention is to have Kofa go back to jail. So while the court is reviewing the bond, the argument, then you have to what the legal word I want to use? You have to put them back in South Beach. It's got a legal word for it. So the lawyer now, the judge on the criminal court has sent the case back to the city court with an instruction that the city court is only hearing arguments over the inquiries or the contestations that are being raised by the prosecutors. That is only one thing I want you to go and hear. Go and hear the argument. These people say, the government say the bond that was filed by Kofa and others is not valid. It did not meet legal requirements. Go and hear that one, because we do not have jurisdiction to hear bond, all the kind of thing that your code. So when you hear it, you rule, you send it, then you send the case back to me. So they come back to the city court to go argue whether the bond is valid or not, whether the bond meets legal requirements or not. They go back to the same court that reviewed the bond and admitted the bond or accepted the bond. The same court that say the bond meets legal requirement and order the release on bail. And the same court they go back to go say, so the court can say, hey, I further allow, or I didn't read the bond good, or maybe still, but the bond now meet legal requirement. That what going to happen down there? They tell the judge, asking back, go say, change your ruling. Your other ruling, you made mistake. So change it. These are delay tactics that lawyers use to delay the case. The lawyers, they're buying time. They want evidence. They're trying to gather evidence. They do not have rack evidence against these people. So they're trying to buy time. Delay tactics in the court. Buy time. And everything. They try to buy time. You were always buying time. You were always wanted to buy time. So the prosecutors now are buying time. They don't have evidence. And once that case goes up there to criminal court, Judge, where they going? You're going to waste time because you know that political case. And the state does not have evidence. So to delay until you see they are talking to Christian Kofa to serve as state witness, it means the state is still gathering evidence. Because they do not have evidence, so they went to the criminal court A to begin the case. They say, oh no, criminal court A, we hear about they bond here, we still get issue with the bond. Because they know that criminal code A cannot hear the thing, born thing. No. And the court cannot deny their inquiries. So the court says, no, I don't have jurisdiction over this matter. So go back to the court that has jurisdiction. Criminal code, the civil law code. The same civil law code that review and admitted the bond and qualify the bond to release Kofa on bail. And the same court the prosecutors going back to go say, yeah, the first time you qualify the bill, but these are discrepancies we see in the bill, in the bond does not meet the requirements. Yeah, our points, our arguments. For the same court, the same judge to review, or the same magistrate to review the bond, his earlier decision. To either qualify or disqualify the very bond that you qualify first. Nothing just making sense, but again, that one is that legally wrong. Lawyers gathering evidence, they need time to at times they can buy time, deploy delay tactics to buy time to help them to aid them in gathering evidence and all of that. So that's what the prosecutors are doing, the government is doing. They buying time to convince Christian, to convince that me person Christian Kofa to go testify against Fanatic Kofa. You're vexing the poor children. You know, that young man get a lab to go testify against 4 serious men, powerful people in the country, government lawmakers, just to appease Joseph Baga, who already 81 years old, already feel living a life, feeling enjoying himself. You want a young man to go vex his life to testify against people who you will still have to interact with. That man cannot interact with Joe Baga. Joe Baga 81 years old. He get his friend not even refired in the country. Joe Baga friends of the age now refired in the country to say, "Dear my friend, he refired." Then they wanted that young Christian Kofa man say, "Can't go testify to appease Joseph Baga." Baga feeling living a life. Baga the president. Baga will never go broke again in a life until he die. His children are already rich. None of them will go broke except they say won't be extremely useless, lavish everything we get. That's all. But if and I don't know them to be the lavishing type, so they will never go broke again. Those are the family. Those are the people in Baga family, Baga whole family, that they state the police telling young people who still got a future ahead of them that young family, they may Christian Kofa get a young baby. I didn't say the baby that 2 months old baby. He should raise a family to go testify against powerful people. Tomorrow he cannot even live in the community. Because the community where he lives, these same people got people in the community where he lives. You know at least the people in the community living with him, the young wife there, the children there. They say, and your husband go testify against, go lie against the person, go lie against this person. You know what you're doing? You're raising those young people. But we know people that Christian Kofa, that people who get sense they're strong, psychologically strong. That any money will move them. No. You have your evidence that you use your forensic skills to do forensic investigation and gather forensic evidence. You bring a geo mapping system in software here. You apply a geo mapping software, everything to gather evidence. All the evidence you gather, they're not enough. That they want from Christian Kofa, you want, or testimony from Christian Kofa where you go find Kofa guilty. So my people, let's talk something else, yeah. Let's talk something else. You know, we're not ready. We have to be very careful in a place as a country. I always remind you, I will close only with this reminder. Don't forget, our traditional friends, our diplomatic friends are watching us. They are following this case step by step. Let me reveal this to you today. I am 100% aware the Americans, the U.S. embassy here, the U.S. embassy is following this case step by step. Every day that Kofa go to court, the American people can be having people in that court observing the trial. Every day that passes by, the Americans, that political affair people, they got people in that court. They got armor in that court. They follow in that trial. Every day that Kofa then appear in court, they get people there that following exactly what is happening. So you'll be tarnishing your reputation, the country reputation, to appease to Joseph Boakai. Yeah, y'all continue. Some people on the show. Me, I always tell you, you go in the sky, you come down. I will always tell you, I have huge respect for the Americans and for many fundamental reasons. I can spend whole day justifying, give you different reasons. I will not repeat reasons why I tell you I respect the Americans. But the only issue that people get, some Liberians get with the American, what they're doing in the country for us. What are you doing for yourself? What are you doing for yourself? That Americans supposed to use the American taxpayers' money and can pay your country, pay your roads, pay your schools, pay your teachers, pay your healthcare workers, increase their salaries, put medication in your hospitals. Well, you have all the natural resources here that intentionally allowing people to exploit them. You must be on serious to blame America for your problem. And I do not subscribe to that. America is our friend, our partner in progress. Oh, America not your power to come pay your house. Not your power to pay your school fee. Not your power to pay your hospital bill, your medical bill. America not your power to pay your employees. America is your strategic partner. What are you doing for America? You better be careful. So listen to this. I think we were close on this Grand Bassa County thing. I really wanted us to talk to this Sekou Double thing small, but I don't have enough time. Go and start on Sekou Double. Okay. Yeah. Okay. No problem. So the Chinese is speaking through an interpreter, so it's a long thing. I don't want to get the show boring since you're already in Zico. So I will take my time on Monday because I'm not doing show on Friday. I will take my time on Monday for us to play this video recording for you. Yeah, the Chinese speaking through an interpreter. And telling you how he was misled by Sekou Double. He was fool. Sekou Double left here and went to China and lied to the Chinese business partner of the other Chinese man that he assaulted here and duped. So he duped the Chinese man here, beat the man, assaulted him here. Then Sekou Double got in plane and went to China to meet the Chinese man, to meet his partner in China, and lied to the Chinese man in China that the other Chinese man in Liberia is misusing their investment. He's not doing that. He's not. The man is mismanaging his money that is being invested, everything and all of that. On the basis of that, the Chinese man said it was on the basis of what Sekou Double told him in China, and Sekou Double convinced him for them to come Liberia so they can sue the Chinese man that he duping and assaulting. Then the Chinese man said, okay, say he can speak English. He can understand English. So Sekou Double told him, put him in plane and brought him to Liberia and carried him to the court. All he knows that they may have finished mismanaging a project, everything. They may say, okay. They went to the court. Now Sekou went and got indictment against the Chinese man. Had the court to process the indictment in a form that the Chinese man in China, who is a business partner to the Chinese man here, that the Chinese man in China is accusing the Chinese man in Liberia of duping him. Meaning the Chinese man here mismanaged the other Chinese man in China money. So I in China say you my money to invest, then you mismanage my money. Meaning you do the things you're supposed to do, you didn't do them. That Chinese man in China came here with Sekou Double. Sekou, according to the Chinese man, Sekou did not even allow him to tour his project investments. He did not even talk with the Chinese man here. He felt bad because Sekou finished telling him the Chinese man mismanaged your money. They didn't do what you told him to do. So the Chinese man said after he finished issuing the indictment, he went back to China. When he went back, no, he didn't go to China. He said after 2 days, he said no. Let me go and ask questions. Let me call the man and see all the things he said he was doing, whether he's doing them. To his utmost surprise, he said all the things he sent money for the Chinese man, his Chinese partner here to do. He said the man did everything. He said in the press conference. He said the man did everything. If I know why, I'm suspended Grand Bazaar kind of thing and the whole major education thing. I'm talking Sekou Double. Let me play the recording for you. He said the man did he realized that the Chinese partner here did everything. He said, he caught himself. He said, I thought Sekou Double told me the Chinese man mismanaged my money, misapply my money, and he duped me. He said, he caught himself. He said, no, but the man did everything I told him to do. Then he said, but Sekou lied to me, he misled me. Listen to the recording. They got interpreter. These are government officials because Sekou is a government official. That's why I'm going to place emphasis on the Ministry of Education. People say no street parade. That one not too important for us to talk today. You know? The Grand Bazaar candidate is a whole topic all by itself. We take down money, we talk about your money. Let's say good today a government official presiding over a multi-million-dollar investment. Still doing the price. He should not be associated with these kinds of things. Johnny Momo law firm wrote the police inspector general narrating everything, every offense, every crime, every alleged crime that Sekou Double committed against his client. The Chinese man who Sekou Double was depending on the man is a meeting here. Sekou Double lied to him too. Let me not waste your time. Just play the recording. Just be patient and listen to the recording. Now until they finish paying, they trying to pay people to take the recording. Now it's good that OKFM went live. So I'm sure OKFM with the kind of repetition that OKFM as a media institution should be having. OK will not take the post down. So for me, I took it from OKFM, I downloaded it, I have the video. So anybody want to take it down, they can take it down. I know OKFM will not take it down. So I went there. Because Spoon FM own Jim Good Flow more. I don't want to say that way BA that I'm picking to do anything. That's a good do on the ball. You can do anything. So listen to this narrative. So if you see, there's a video call the Chinese man in China is making. You see the Chinese man in the phone, look at the phone, they in the bottle. You see the Chinese man on the phone, the phone on the bottle. That's orange thing you see that the phone on the bottle, the Chinese man talking. The one in the black shirt is a Chinese partner here in that bureau that was duped by Sekou Double, intimidated and harassed by Sekou Double. That's the Chinese. So the man is on the phone with a partner here. They're having a joint press conference. So let's go. So you will hear the Liberian man interpreting, so you have to pay attention keenly.
So he said, the reality is, myself, I saw the newspaper. I got the information and I don't go to Labrador often. So what I know about the whole story is what I'm about to tell you guys. In short, tissue.
首先我呢是有起诉杨丹，这个是 Seiko 跟罗威利用我们对杨丹在那边的投资不透明的一个情况下，所产生的一些误会，然后呢让我去起诉杨丹。其实呢这个不是我的真实意图。
So he said, actually, he never intended to sue Yang Dan, but when the situation was on ground, the issue between Sekou and Yang Dan, he never understood it. So when Sekou went to China and explained to them, he convinced them to come to Liberia to sue Yang Dan. So after he sued Yang Dan, he realized that when he regretted his act.
Did you hear that? The men would say they accused the Chinese mayor of duping a fellow Chinese man. The Chinese man who was reportedly or allegedly duped, according to the story that was concocted by Sekou Double, like Chinese man telling you he had a kind of Labrador. He read in the newspaper, I had a Chinese friend. was mismanaging a company, all kind of thing. I could beat the man, do the man, everything. And the Chinese man said he never intended to sue Yang Da. The reason why he sued Yang Da is because Sekou went to China and made him and brought him to Liberia to come and sue Yang Da. But he never intended to sue Yang Da. But after he sued Yang Da, he caught himself. He regretted it. You see? Did I play the recording? Let's go.
喂，
在这个事件当中，我在说，在这个事件当中，今年的2025年的3月份，我们从中国到了利比里亚 ，C 口把我们带到一个律师事务所，当时呢，去让我们去讲述了一下事情经过，然后呢，他也没有找翻译去给我们去看他起诉杨丹的内容。后来呢，我在报纸上看到说杨丹欺诈我们中国人那个产生诈骗，我觉得这个完全是诬告。
So you say in this year, March of this year, March 2025, he came to Liberia. Sekou invited them. They all came to Liberia, and directly he didn't explain anything. He took them to the law firm. When they went to the law firm, they never had interpreter because he doesn't speak English. His other colleagues do not speak English. So they issued the suit against Yanda. After they issued the suit against Yanda, they left the went back. Then after he got the newspaper, when he saw the news about the duping, he was like, no, this is not actually what we intended to go to Liberia for. How Chichi?
So you see, look, I swear, the UP should start calling on Joe Braga to dismiss Sekou Double. That this is not our call. This should be the UP call, and the Chinese must take this seriously. Because the Chinese are investing in this country. Look, a country that wants to attract investors and investments here. To have the man who presides over the gateway to the country's economy deeply involved with duping Chinese investors, this is grave. No port manager has ever been associated with this grave dealing. Did you listen to the narrative? The Chinese man said Sekou Double went and brought him to Liberia. That was after Sekou Double finished duping the Chinese man. Yanda, he finished duping Yanda. He intimidated Yanda, harassed Yanda, and then Yanda went to Momo and Momo law associate or something. Then Johnny Momo catalog all Sekou violation and wrote the RG. Because Sekou Double was guilty or is guilty, what he did is he went China to try to shift the case against Yanda. So he went to Yanda's business partner in China, who hardly comes to Liberia, according to his partner. The partner said when Sekou went in China, Sekou brought him Liberia. And when Sekou brought him Liberia, Sekou took him straight to his own law firm. So when Sekou took him to the law firm, Sekou did not tell the man what he carried the man to the law firm for. Not knowing Sekou was carrying the man to the law firm to have the law firm draw up a case or a indictment or stuff against Yanda, accusing Yanda of duping Yanxin. Let me get in wherever I say Yanxin, because I talk about Yanxin. So the business name is Ding Linjung. Ding D-I-N-G Li-R-J-U-N. So Ding Lingjong is the business partner in China. According to Ding, all he knows that Sekou had already told him that the man mismanaging a business and everything. So Ding said he does not speak English, he does not understand English. But Sekou invited him to Liberia. According to Ding said when he came to Liberia, the first place Sekou took him was at the law firm. Which law firm? We will get to know. When they went to the law firm, according to Ding, Sekou had already prepared the people to prepare an indictment against Yanda. But Ding did not know that they went to the law firm to sue Yanda, his business partner. So when they went to the law firm, from the law firm, they interacted and everything. He didn't know what he really going on. So all he know, he's an investor. Sekou brought him for them to talk, engage into a business conversation and all of that. So from the law firm, he didn't want to do that. He went back to China. Sekou Double did not get the main copy of the paper he took from the court. At least the man was going to carry to somebody, one lawyer or somebody to go and read or interpret for him. Sekou Double put the document on the arm. The Chinese man, which is Ding Lingjong, went back to China. So Ding said, why in China? I read in the newspaper that I have sued Yanda. Ding said, but I didn't go to Liberia to sue Yanda. I went to Liberia because Sekou invited me. We went to law firm. I came back. Then I'm reading in the newspaper that I have sued my business partner Yanda. How is that possible? That's not why I went to Liberia. So he said he was shocked. That was in March. Sekou invited Ding to Liberia. Took the man straight to the law firm. They didn't tell the man what you're carrying the man there for. All the men know, Sekou that be man. Sekou invited me to Liberia. No, but he went back to China to read in the newspaper that Ding has sued Yanda. For what? So he said, at that point now, he said, no, this is not what I went to Liberia for. I didn't go to Liberia to sue Yanda. I went to Liberia on the invitation of the managing director of the National Port Authority, Sekou Double. For me to go to Liberia and come back to China and I'm reading in the newspaper that I have sued my business partner with all my knowledge, this is wrong. This is not what I went to Liberia for. Let's listen to what he said again, what he did.
Maybe better question. So the higher man, excuse me, for clarity, you said when they came to Liberia,
so the journalists are not ready. So they're trying to catch up. So the journalists asking a question to get clarity on the question. The first statement that was made. I think this is Yanti Topa asking. So listen to the question the journalist is asking.
Taking to a law firm and the sue Yanda, but they never knew the reason why they took the action. So I want to know what specifically did Sekou tell them, or what was the information given to them, or what reason they thought, in their own mind, they came to Liberia for, or for what reason were they suing for?
Thank you. Next question.
他说，你说今年3月份你们来利比亚的时候，
Interpreter is interpreting for him to respond.
那个Sekou带你们去那个律师所，你们不知道情况是吧？
对的，他只是让我们去律师事务所去讲一下这个事情的经过，但是呢，他把这件事情怎么样去陈述给法庭，怎么样去写这个诉状，他是没有给我们看过的。
那个记者问他说，Sekou让你们来，邀请你们来利比亚是给你们讲的是什么？你们来利比亚的原因是什么原因？
他说杨丹呢诈骗中国人的钱，说呢他集资了很多的资金，没有使用到项目。但是我们的钱呢，在2023年的时候就给到杨丹先生了。他已经在利比里亚投资了一家水厂，水厂已经造起来了。所以说呢，他说杨丹诈骗所有中国人的钱，这个是没有事实依据的，因为我们那边的水厂已经完工了，现在其实是可以生产，包括还有金矿它也是在矿区也是有生产，包括杨丹的挖掘机也是在那个山上的。
So he said when Cebu went to China, Cebu told them their colleague Yanda in Liberia is a fraud. He's doing fraudulent act in Liberia. So all the money you're giving him, he's not using it for the rightful purpose. So if you're thinking like you let go, so you can see. So but he said when they came, everything Yanda told them, they saw it. They went to the water plant. They saw the water plant. They even saw the equipment Yanda bought. That he sent images of. They saw it in his own ground there. So when they got to the law firm, they were explaining that, but they cannot understand Liberian English or New York English. So and there was no interpreter. But how they got to know, you have how to interpret, right? Yeah. So once they saw the news in the paper, somebody sent it to them because his name is in it. So when they saw it, I said, no, but this is not what we went to Liberia for.
Look, enough of this, huh? Enough. And at least you got the context and the direction. The message is clear. So in response to Yanti's question, you listen to Dink. Dink says Sekou Dukle, the managing director of the National Pool Authority, told him that, hey, Yanga is a fraud. He Sekou, who was a real fraud. If he duping the man, he paid people to beat the man. The man ran to the Johnny Momo law firm. Johnny Momo files an official complaint against him to Gregory Como, calling for an investigation. Sekou now leaves from Monrovia and goes to China and tells Dink that his business partner here is a fraud. He's engaged in the fraudulent acts to the extent that Yanga is not spending Dink's money on what Yanga is requesting from Dink. If you think I'm lying, let go Liberia. That kind of childish thing, right? That kind of childish thing. But the only criminal can do that kind of thing. Born criminal, they don't. You're saying that, yeah? They may spot in your everything online, let go see. When you carry the man in Bon County, so pay people there. You coming from bombing. You can't speak better. You can't understand better. You run to Bon County, people speaking a better. You know what's happening. Yangda is not there. How do you confirm that the man? How do you even communicate with Sekou Dugbe that you want to see Yangda? You can't speak English. You don't have interpreter. So they just passing around. They just passing behind Sekou. Where Sekou go, they pass behind. He processing everything using their face to get the legal document, the lawsuit against Yangda. That's what Sekou did. He used their faces to get the lawsuit against Yangda. So he took them to the law firm. Yeah, my man, my client, my partners, and so I need the man here, the duping. They dupe the man. The man sending the money here to one of the Chinese man. The Chinese man eating the money. The Chinese man is not investing anything. So the man got issued. They reach out to me and they say they want to sue the man. So here for boom, the law firm believe in that because the law firm sees the Chinese man there. What you need, bro? Okay, we'll prepare this on it. That's a good did to the man. To Ding. After that, Ding went back to China now. I don't know. They can't take them to the law firm to get to the man to put their business in the right perspective and everything. They went back to China. But you say, in fact, they were in Liberia. Okay, for the law firm, you say, but that man eating our own money. we have the same in Liberia. Let's go and see the things we're sending money for here. According to Dean, when they went to the water plant, they saw exactly what they paid for to Yangda. They saw the water plant. They inspected it. They were satisfied with the water plant. They said, okay, let's go inspect the equipment that you order. Yangda took them to all the different equipment sat. Ding said, they saw all the equipment that Yangda ordered from China using their money. He said, so they were satisfied, they were pleased with the investment in Liberia. Because they saw everything that Yangda ordered from them, that Yangda requested from them, everything that they paid for through Yangda, they saw everything. They said, but they still could make a lot of what they say, Yangda is a fraud, he mismanaging our money, the money we sending, they may not using it for the reason we sending it. We can't see, we satisfied with the investment here. The water treatment plant is good. The water plant is good. The equipment that he ordered, all the equipment are available. We see them, we satisfy with it. Then they started to go back and say, they may not correct me. We gotta be careful. So things here now, he regretted. Because even reading the newspaper, it's in the news that you sue a brother or a partner. When the essence of his visit here was not to sue the man. Started a whole back. So he reached out to a brother and all of that. But the bottom line is a government official seated at the National Port Authority, the gateway to our economy, and is in the habit of duping investors. And UP has a mass choir that is sitting up Broad Street and clapping for Sekou Dougle. And you have a few journalists sitting, running around and writing, clapping for Sekou Dougle. Then the worst case about it is, those of us who are supposed to even chastise or flag these things, sitting behind the microphones, the talk show hosts are quiet. They can say anything. The talk show hosts that are supposed to shift public opinions to work in the interest of the people, the talk show hosts that are supposed to sit behind the microphones and speak against ills in society, the talk show hosts that the public depend on, that foreign investors depend on to chastise government officials who will try or attempt to attack their investment or damage their investment or destroy their reputation. Majority of us, we're sitting in silence. Martin Luther King said, we are equally guilty. We sit in silence and see. We ignore the critical things that we are supposed to speak about. We want to fight corruption. We want to address the issue of accountability in the country. And a head of entity, a managing director, not sitting down somewhere ordinary, but at the National Port Authority. And in this is the biggest corruption case in the country so far under Joe Biden. 2025. This is the biggest corruption web. Let's see what Mr. Baga will do. Let's see what the president will do. Let's see what our dynamic president will do. Whether he will not protect a son to his wife because they say Akatumu's son. Say we do Akatumu's son. Mr. Baga promised to fight corruption like Eddie did, regardless of where it is practiced and by whom it is practiced. This is the first major test to Joe Baga's ability to make political decisions in the fight against corruption. Let's see what he will do. Let's see what the board will do. Luther Tapper is a pastor. The good thing, Jesus Christ. The good thing about the NPA board is that Luther Tapper is a pastor. then he is the chairman for the ruling party. The second good thing is that Imam Ali Kwai is the head of is the chief imam for the Republic of Liberia. He's on the board. So we have two influential religious leaders on the board, because Luther Tappe is influential because he is a pastor and the chairman of the Unity Party. Imam Ali Kwai is an advocate and the head of the chief imam for the Republic of Liberia. All the imams in the country, in the Republic of Liberia, Ali Kwai is the chief for all of them. All the imams he put on ATL or SKD, Ali Kwai, that are boss men. Two of them seated on the board of the National Poll Authority. Integrated test. This is the biggest integrated test for Luther Tappe and Ali Kwai, especially Imam Ali Kwai, because Luther Tappe own you only get stealing record from the inauguration. Luther Tappe already has stealing record from the inauguration. He stole money. He investigated himself. He audited himself. Then he released the finding from the investigation. Honor Joe Barker. The person is accused. The accused investigated himself, called a press conference, and released the findings from the investigation that he conducted. He's sitting on the board of MPA. The managing director now is in a web of corruption. They want not just corruption. It's beyond corruption. This is fraud. This is fraud. The World Trade Organization treated that we signed as a country, this has a violation against it, because nobody, no investor is supposed to be harassed in another country. No investor is supposed to be harassed in another country. Then the worst case is, this is a government official that is harassing an investor in Liberia. To the extent he's going to conspire with Chinese to incriminate this investor. This is not an ordinary case. It should not be treated. And that's why every day I'm going to sit here and say something about this case with Sekou Dube. We will not stop talking about it until the government can act. We will not stop talking until Mr. Bwaka can take a decision against Sekou. But now the board is supposed to be announcing the suspension of Sekou or recommending the suspension of Sekou Dube, commissioning, requesting an investigation by the LDCC. How is that difficult? If we truly want to fight corruption, let's be frank. Sekou Dube, don't dismiss him. Suspend him for time indefinite. Turn him over to the LDCC for investigation. And maybe we need to send the GSC in our place to go and audit. Because if the man can be taking all the money and still chasing Chinese men, duping Chinese men, going to China, inviting Chinese men in Liberia to come and file a lawsuit against his investor, the Chinese embassy, the Chinese government must take this seriously. You know, I remember when President Salif was in power, a Korean man came here, her son, Fuma Salif. They conspired in this country, arrested the Korean man, and stole the Korean man money from him. And they fabricated story to incriminated the Korean man. Say the man was into black money laundering. I'm even told that they took the man, arrested the man, took the man money from him in a bag, and then they put the money on the man, tata the money on the plaster the money on the man. They said a lie, took the man picture and lie that the man tied the money on him and came in the country with the money. They took that man money from him, that Korean man. Deported the man. The man went and complained to the government said, okay, yeah, forget it. A few years later, they say, okay, Liberia delegation here, eh? Liberia diplomats are here in our country. Okay. We'll not forget it. Okay. It was okay. The young men there, they want to join our government. They go to Jew Benin. They hook them. Then our government, honor George Weah, want to negotiate for diplomatic immunities for those that said they were on diplomatic immunities. So they went to the Korean government to negotiate for diplomatic immunities. That the people can go to jail, they shouldn't be tried, and they should be trying like all kind of things. People said no, they won't. In this country, their diplomatic immunities have restriction, limitation. It does not apply to sexual offenses. We will try them here and punish them here if they are guilty. If the Korean people forget about that money, that how do they see Owen in jail now? Because we will try them in here. It's only here. Certain nationals, they are South Americans. Say we do so carry a BND to South America. The people come in Liberia and came here and go back. You can't be that. You can't be greedy to this extent. Greedy hunter. He's not carry anything to South America. You go eat South Korean men, South American men money. They will get in plane, come to your country. They kill you, then they go back. Say you won't be criminal, you won't be greedy, you won't eat everything. Greedy man, greedy hunter. Then he's arrogant in his greed. But Charlie man has nothing to do that one. Charlie man, you hurting people, you taking people money, eating people money. So what do you in broad daylight and shoot the hell out of you? You not take Korean, Chinese people money again. You not take Chinese people money. Say the government does not want to act. Let the people take the law in their hand. Let the Chinese revenge for themselves. Say the government say, we tell them, we don't want to act, we don't want to do anything, we ignore it. No issue. Give my money, okay, no issue. You pay my money, I'll come for it. Because that's what happened in the real world. Huh? Say you won't be BME, government official will try to refine you. Say, Mr. Baga say, the boy, he's been doing BND for long. Let's try to refine him. Let's give him a government job. Thinking. You put him, leave a bad ways behind. But they say, monkey can leave a blind behind. So you still bring a blind in government. You steal from the Chinese man. Then you go to his friend, conspire with him, lie to him, to have him draw up an indictment, to incriminate the very man, and make the case to look there. The case is between the Chinese man here and the Chinese man in China. You get nothing to do with it. Then they start running with it on social media. Oh, Ding Su Yanga. Say we get nothing to do with it. Yeah, now the Ding men they were running away. The Ding men said, no, I'm sue that man. Say cool lie to me. I did not even go Liberia to sue. I can't speak English. I can't understand English. Seku invited me to Liberia, took me straight to one law firm. I just sitting there, watching passing around. I went back, inspected my project, my investment. I realized that everything that Yanga asked for, everything was available. I inspected, I saw everything, the equipment, the water plant, I saw everything. So I was satisfied. I went back to China. When I got to China, I read in the paper, Ding Asu Yanga. That's not true. You all go to that school, let him correct it. I just say you see now in Morocco, say he participating in some summit. But I'm supposed to recall that man, suspend that man, suspend him and recall him, and take him over to LCC for investigation. You embarrass the country. This is not about Seku. It's not about Katumu Baka or Joe Baka. This is about the reputation of the country. China is investing here. China is contributing a lot to your country. You praise the Chinese here for building overhead pass, and you have your government official here intimidating, harassing, and duping a Chinese national, a Chinese investor. Tomorrow, when the Chinese people pull out and say this is wrong, the government has not taken any action, we're pulling out, we're not doing that thing again, then they say they will start blaming China. What has China done for Liberia? Like, see nonsense they're doing to America. What has America done for Liberia? What have you done for yourself? A government official, a government that wants to partner. You talking about prepaid meter for Chinese companies and Korean companies. You talking about investment coming from China and all of that. People want to come here to invest. You're supposed to be solidifying your relationship and improving on your integrity and reputation as a state. And that starts from your officials. So when your officials are accused of engaging in these kinds of shady deals, you take them from the position first to save the office, to save the integrity of the office. So you remove them or suspend them from the job to save and protect the integrity of the office. You turn them over or subject them to the LCC for investigation. Say you love Sekou too good, don't dismiss him. Don't even appoint acting. There is deputy for administration be running the place along with the board. His job be there. LCC investigate him. After the investigation, based on the finding, if he's guilty, you dismiss him and prosecute him. If he's not, you send him back to the job. How is that so difficult for Mr. Braga to do? How is that so difficult for the UP people to embrace it? Because at the end of the day, you are telling us that Sekou Dougle is bigger, is important than the reputation of the UP government. Sekou Dougle is important than protecting our investment climate, our investment space. Because those are foreigners that you are harassing. Those are foreigners that you are defrauding. Those are foreigners that you're duping. They will take the message back to China. Our country, Liberia, be careful. No law being in our country. Our country is lawless. When you carry your money, be careful. The kind of Liberian you interact with. These are messages, feedbacks that go to the different countries. Be careful. Liberians are not sincere. In our country, even government officials can dupe you, and nothing will come from all of you. And the president, the government will not do anything to them. These are messages. Judas J went to China. Is in China. I saw Judas posted about customer service. So use that as an example, as a reference. Judas in China, right? And he's posting about the customer service in China. He said he has amongst all the countries he has traveled to, China has the best customer service. That's according to him. That's his account, his observation based on his experience. The Chinese, when they come here, they can do the same thing in China too. When the Chinese are here, they can get feedbacks. When we are lawless, they will tell you that the country is a lawless country. They see when Judas reporting the clean road, the good road, the clean cities and places. The Chinese too will be telling our people down there too that Liberia is a dirty place. Liberia is a corrupt place. If you're going down there to do business, you can go, but be careful who to interact with, because in our country, anything can happen and nothing will come from out of it. A government official will dupe you and pay people to beat you, and the government will not do anything about it. I am evicting the managing director of the port in Liberia. Took me, took my mails on me, and pay people to beat me. Even a law firm wrote the police to intervene and investigate. Still nothing happened. I'm evicting. So that country, two things. Either you take your money there to invest or don't go there. When you go there, know that you're going to invest in a risky environment. These are feedbacks that leave our country and go to those countries. What do you think? Burkina Faso, Chinese, Indians, they are going to Africa and Sierra Leone and taking citizenship and investing there and working there and all of that, and they can come here. The very Chinese are here, they're investing more in other countries. Go to East Africa and see the Chinese investment in East Africa. The Chinese investment are taking over East Africa. Go there and see. How much are they investing here? Because they don't trust, so they're doing game with us. You know what I mean? They may go there, point on 100 or 200K. We man a sing, we man a go, we man a damo, or that mini raw, we shape. We man a law, I mean, we harvest that law, we shape. We get our, so we spend 200K, we get our 500K, we keep 200K in China. We go down, we increase the investment to 300,000. Eh? You put all. Out of the long more right, putting you, blowing you. Tell the back and say, play laughing than not Frenchy. That what happening. That's how the Chinese do to Liberia and other investors. Because they don't trust your country. It's a lawless place, it's a reckless place. We have group of careless, irresponsible, and extremely corrupt officials presiding over the state. So they will not come here to raise the money. They will do all of the intellectual things. They will attend all of the international conferences. The people will not come here to make significant investment here. Every day I can tell you, every day you go to church, government officials, Liberians, you all pray for me still. I can tell you every day. You may say that and say, oh, Medasi getting more from what we give, from what we benefiting. But they are business, they're here to make profit. They're not here to build Liberia. They're here to make profit, to do business. They come here, you charge them, they pay you. You want all? Yes, we want your all. Pay all this amount. They pay you. When they pay you, you use the money to develop your country. If you think the money is small, you go back to them. We think the money is small, you gotta increase it. Okay, we increase it from what? Increase it from 100 million to 200 million. No, we can't make it. Give us 2 years. In 2 years, we increase it from 100 million to 150 million. After 2 years or 3 years, we add about 50 million. You negotiate. But you do business. And you Liberia, you doing business too. But you say that you hardly get any serious investment in the country, and then money, boom, boom, you fighting the little you have here. You already scary investors from the country. Then the one you get, you won't be fighting it. You go beat Chinese man and take the man money from him. Then you go to China and lie to his partner and bring a partner to Liberia to get a lawsuit against him. The partner goes back, reading through the paper and see that the purpose for which he came here is different from what he's reading in the newspaper. You see how grave that is? Let's take course. Let's go. Good evening to you. Let's hear you.
Good evening. This is Gertrude J.D. Williams. I'm calling from Johnsonville.
Welcome to the show.
Yeah, I listened to your deliberation and then you said it all. Where we find ourselves today, listen to the sister to Nyanti.
Mm-hmm.
It's really troubling. She spoke on King's FM not too long that even in a family chat room, it's this Sarah Besso Nyanti has issue with this guy because when she was contesting, wanted for him to help in the process, and then he said, "I have my party, which is the CDC." So they have been, conflict in and out, and the guy allowed to speak out there. And there's a guy who called again, one Kofa brother, said that his brother was arrested on the 4th.
Yeah, that's Christian Kofa, which we were talking about not too long. We just spoke with Christian Kofa's sister on the show not too long. Yes.
And the young baby man, they took the young baby man to the police station. They are yet to find the living body of this guy. There are terrible things that are happening in this Boaka administration, and Liberians need to look at this very closely. It's not about a political party. And nobody will look at 200,000 or 100,000 United States dollars and reject a reason being this person has an integrity and has a future.
Yeah.
200,000 no huge, but it's very little.
You use that money for 1 year, so you start paying horse, spending, buying car, the money finish.
People that know when you go into construction, you know what I'm talking about. It's nothing. It's nothing.
200,000.
So people should abuse integrity because there's future ahead of you. You got your children. You got, it will be an inborn tendency because when this person is hurt, your child will be in school someday. They'll say, oh, it was your father. It was your grandfather, your great-grandfather. So I'll say you people are trying your best, and Liberians need to look at it. The international community are watching. They are not just watching, but my anger with them is that every second during President Weah administration, they used to come out to write a piece. But today, they're taking their own time. Why are they taking their time to write?
The Democrats were in power. Democrats are so are Republicans in power now. So.
All right.
Republicans. All right.
Yeah.
So let's take a few calls and then we can go home tonight. 0776 104 104 0776 104 104 0886 500 104. Where is the okay, the WhatsApp number is active on +231 886 500 104. Those are the numbers to call and be a part of the show. You listen to the different conversation. Sekou Dougle is in a big mess. The Chinese man who he say a friend, the Chinese man said, no, Sekou Dougle lied to me. That's why he brought me, he carried me Liberia. Now true. So I take my lawsuit back. Let's hear you. Good evening to you.
Good evening. How you doing?
We are fine. Best start.
This is Abraham calling for Slippery.
Okay.
My brother, you just said Abraham to be in a mess. That brother, he no mess. You know the whole fuck I seen the charity begin where?
At home. And abroad.
Yeah. So you know the brother's story for America. He been in the car testing before. So the man tell the boy that he paid for his job. So that's it. So that is actually they don't know what to do. You know what to do. The China that will know great China. That means what to do. They got men in China. I got to put your way to here. What would know? But I would know that it could take China. They push it out. Thank you, my brother. Later.
Thank you. Next person, go ahead. Let's hear you.
Good evening. How are you doing, sir?
We are fine.
I'm so familiar calling from Lokitan Market.
Go ahead, Famu. His family is over my cousin. You okay, man?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Go ahead.
My brother, we don't even know what to do right now as I'm speaking to you. From the same capital building, Bonnie Billion, after the law in jail. Because of your working with Funati. Up to now, there is no day. They take the people from here and send them behind Kakatan there. We don't even get access to go to these people.
Behind where?
I think Kakatan, the prisoner there, I don't know where the prisoner there. Because the day they were going for Funati, they took people from prison and carrying them on his arm. Up to now, we don't really get access to go to that man. The man been in jail for the past 2 months.
This is. Can you call your number to me? I need to save your number.
Yeah, this is my number. The number that I put in 778.
Just hold on there. Calls coming in, so I'm not seeing this. 0778 577 954. Okay. I will call you after the show for us to talk.
Okay, sir.
Okay. You're welcome. Okay, I have to call this person this after the show. Mr. His father-in-law has been detained for the past 2 months, and they took his father-in-law and took him to nobody the prison in Wiara, and they transferred them the day from until they were being taken to Saint. Let me go home. I tell you tonight. I'm coming go home. Let me go home. I tell you. The country. They say they want new person. We give them new person.
Capital J.
Yeah, thanks to all of you, man. I'm sorry today I couldn't recognize. I couldn't welcome all of you to the show. We had a lot, and I really wanted to talk all of you, but I think Jonkin, Mohammed, Steven, Yakati, Ezekiel, Wayaka, Asata Meda, all of you were here. Thank you, Mary Tuli, Mohammed, Momo Kamara, Yasa Sharif. Thanks to all of you, Emmanuel Bro, Pia Charlie, Samuel Kwe, Kakaba, all of you, Musa Sharif. You are here. Thanks for following Henry Toll, Rex4, Sompon, Mohammed, Moses Royer, Roden Tool, Avin Sompon, Odell Gibson, Stephen Fala, Abu Bakar, Sharif. All of you were here. Nathan Page, Agatha Glasgow, Edina Wilson, Barbara Rose. Your last name is not showing. From way there in New York City. Thanks to all of you for joining the show. Alice Kolu, Haja, Babi, Pawilin, Alison, your one, Pawilin. Welcome, Anna Taylor, Liquidi, Rishlu, William Broble, Propo, Mohammed, Benetta Che, Alice York, all of you, Ruben Cannon, Victoria Ade, all of you, thanks for joining the show tonight. It was a pleasure having all of you. Thanks to all of you for listening as well. Those of you who follow us via YouTube, via the online radio. It was nice having all of you. Sadly, I'm taking my week's break. I will not be here tomorrow. We will resume on Monday by God's grace. Until we see you on Monday, let's keep engaging on social media. My social media page, my Facebook page will be very, very active. I've decided to make my page active these days, moving forward. Every day there will be contents posted. If I reach my friends limit, which I think I've reached, just take their like or follow, and then we can start to interact and exchange on Facebook. This was Freedom Hard Talk, and we shall be back here on Monday. Until then, my name is Austin Kawa. Bye bye.
Plenty people they import 40, one man taking 45. Those